Hello and welcome once again everyone. Today features one of my favourite ships in World of Warships, the Kitakaze. This map is called Warrior's Path, and this is a game I played recently, just before Christmas Day, while grinding these directives for the Puerto Rico. The Kitakaze is simply stated one of the strongest gunboats in World of Warships, and I really enjoyed this game. The enemy team has a Des Moines and of course an aircraft carrier, and it would appear that the carrier is on this side of the map. Planes are already coming in.
Attack enemy aircraft!
Now I've made a slight error here. I was looking to the port side when I activated my anti-aircraft defences, so it was the wrong side. Enemy Tashkent is spotted. Enemy Jean Bart in the distance. Enemy turrets. Get some quick salvos off on this Jean Bart, but I'm going to fall back here. The enemy Tashkent has pushed aggressively into the capture point. He's already behind the island. Did get a fire on that Jean Bart. I just need to reassess the situation here. The enemy carrier is on this side of the map, so that will mean there will be a constant stream of planes here. I do have a Smolensk behind me, so I'm just going to provide him spotting so he can apply pressure on this Jean Bart. And of course the enemy Des Moines is on this side as well. That adds to the pressure, and here comes the strike aircraft from the carrier once again. Quickly turn off the AA. So we've got an enemy Tashkent, the radar cruiser and the CB on this side, so this makes things a little difficult. Enemy Tashkent is using smoke however, so he doesn't have a heal, and I can use that against him. I'm just going to put some torps on this enemy Des Moines. He seems to be taking up a static holding position on this island. I'm going to drop a spread on this turrets and then reposition to engage this enemy Tashkent. The Russian smoke screens are not that long lasting, and he will be very vulnerable once that smoke screen expires. So I'm just going to reposition here. Turning circle of the Kitakaze isn't actually amazing, so it does take a while to get repositioned here and start turning back towards this capture point. Enemy Des Moines would seem to be reversing away there behind that island. Threat assessment and planning ahead is important for any class, but especially for destroyers. Carrier is coming in once again with dive bombers. That Des Moines is manoeuvring, so he will slip between those torpedoes. That's unfortunate. Now I'm looking to engage this Tashkent, but all the while staying outside the range of this enemy Des Moines radar. The Tashkent pops up, immediately open fire. I do have friendly aircraft overhead. I can smoke up, just slow down, dodge these first shells, smoke up, and this Tashkent now is caught in open water. He has fired his guns, he's spotted by aircraft, and I can take him out quickly and easily. The enemy Tashkent goes down. He has surely launched torpedoes. Fire off some quick salvos on that turret when I reposition. I need to angle towards that wreck of the Tashkent. There's almost certainly torpedoes underway. There's one spread. There's another. I'm very wary about staying in this smoke screen due to the close proximity of that Des Moines. I'm just barely outside his radar range at the moment, and if he decided to push forward at any second, I would be caught in a static position. And against the Des Moines, its high explosive shells are particularly devastating for destroyers. Very powerful at close range. It's not something I want to get involved in. Just going to fall back here and engage this turret. He is attempting to push up the side. With the removal of that Tashkent now, it gives me a lot more freedom to maneuver and pick my targets. Just waiting for these torpedoes to come off, cool down. Here we go. It would seem to be slowing down. It can be a little tricky to gauge a target's exact speed when they're so close to the border like this. It does affect their speed, and he is actually performing a hard turn inwards. I'm not going to waste a second reload booster here. I'm just going to start opening fire. I've got the Musashi in close proximity behind me. As you probably already guessed, I'm using the Yamamoto bonus captain with the signature red tracers. Fire. He does get punished quite severely there by the Musashi. Just keep maneuvering to avoid the secondaries as much as possible. Maintain fire on this turret. And the enemy turret burns down. That redresses the balance slightly, as the friendly Kaba has also managed to take out the Jean Bart. So the enemy has lost 2 battleships there in quick succession. The C group is virtually decimated. There's 1 Bismarck remaining. He's retreated back towards the A line. Enemy planes coming in from the Shukaku. Get in closer to the Musashi and focus my anti-aircraft guns. It's actually coming from me, it would seem. Managed to avoid that drop by simply wiggling left and right rapidly. Managed to take down a couple of his planes, most of them. And it would appear our friendly Smolensk is pushing the Des Moines. Can't see this ending too well. Enemy Des Moines is reversing. Might be possible to lob shells over this island in a minute. Try and get in front of this Musashi. I think I will be able to land shells over this island. The sooner we can kill this Des Moines, I might be actually able to keep our Smolensk alive. Yeah, I am able to land hits here. Set a fire. Okay, and the Smolensk does survive for the moment.
Roger.
So, with the vast majority of our fleet here at the A point, we should try and move to defend the B capture point, and I'm telling my teammates here in the chat to not chase cells and focus on this B cap. Enemy planes coming in. They get absolutely shredded by the Smolensk. We lose our Venezia. So the enemy team is down 5 ships, we're down 4. We're about 100 points behind on the scoreline. But I do suspect the main battle now will come at this B point. I'm just going to maneuver in behind this Iowa. I need to take a direct line for this B cap. Get there as quickly as possible. We have 2 full health battleships here. I'm going to try and encourage these guys to get out in front. We need our full health battleships tanking damage as we approach this point. The B capture point is being flipped, and this is exactly what we don't want. Our low health Richelieu is out in front. He should be actually falling back, allowing the main Iowa and Musashi to tank. And we lose our Smolensk to torpedoes from that Zao that is out wide flanking. And we lose a lot of DPS losing that Smolensk. This Richelieu now is in mortal danger. There are destroyers in that gap. There the enemy Benham pops up. And he gets undetected by using his smoke screen. There's nothing now I can do to save this Richelieu. He has fully committed. Try and get some fires on this Lenin. Lenin actually has a Halloween camo on his premium ship, which seems a little odd to me. It would appear the Richelieu is attempting to ram that Lenin. Did manage to set him on fire. They do indeed ram. That is not exactly the worst trade in the world. A full health premium Lenin for a low health Richelieu. I'm just going to drop some torps into that smoke screen and that gap. Iowa is pushing out. I'm tempted to drop a spread on that Iowa as well, but I think I'll just flood this channel instead. There are at least 3 ships there. That Benham is still possibly in that smoke. That Amalfi takes a big hit. I'm going to switch targets to him. He would seem to be reversing. Aiming high for that superstructure. Doing pretty solid damage to him. He is trying to reverse away behind that corner. He's fully angled now. Can't seem to get a fire. Do manage to get 2 torpedoes on that Massachusetts. The Amalfi goes down. Just the 2 torpedo hits. Damage counter is still ticking, so that Massachusetts is flooding. Put some fire on this enemy Iowa. Do manage to set him on fire. And the Massachusetts floods to death. I get the fireworks. And the second wind talent is activated. So I get a nice reload buff now. Well, incoming torpedoes from the Benham. Quickly hit the speed boost. Just barely avoid that torpedo. And that fire continues to burn on the Iowa. So we're in a 5-on-4 situation. This Benham now is a real threat. Benham is capable of putting an awful lot of torps in the water. So he is now my primary target. There's already torps incoming on the Iowa. So he's in between the gap between those 2 islands. Encouraging my carrier to go and spot that Benham. I pinged the location on the map where I think he is. He has responded, that's positive. That's another set of torps coming in. There are 2 sets. We should be able to take this capture point. That Iowa has taken a torpedo there. Friendly Kaba is rounding the far side of the island towards the sea point. Still no sign of this enemy Benham. Okay, enemy Benham does pop up. He was spotted there by our carrier's planes. More torps coming in on the Iowa. He's critically low now. His engine is knocked out and he's flooding. Enemy Benham has smoked up. Our carrier is circling his smoke screen, so that will keep him pinned in there. I'm going to push his position. Planes from the Shokaku once again. Activate my AA. Quickly take them down. Incoming salvos coming from the south. I'm able to avoid them for the most part. This enemy Venom is still in the smoke screen, but I have to maintain full angle towards him because I do suspect he will have torps ready. Proximity detected. Quickly open fire up my front guns. There's one set of torps. There's another. And we take out the enemy Venom. And we get the Confederate award. Able to make very good use of the Venom smoke screen here. Put some fire on this enemy Zhao. I must mention this Zhao has been having quite a good game. He's been very effective so far. Managed to set him on fire. He is angling away. He has repaired that fire. And we take out the Zhao. And that's kill number 7. That sound you hear is the wreck of the Venom sinking below us. So all that remains now is the enemy carrier. Not exactly quite sure where he is at the moment. Our carrier is trying to spot him with torpedo planes. The enemy Zhao takes out the Kaba with torpedoes and gets the high caliber Kraken unleashed, and it's just a flesh wound achievement all in one go. I have to give that Zhao +1. Very good game on his part. Got let down by his teammates. Quickly focus down these enemy planes. Shokaku's unable to adjust his course to attack me in time. I'm able to take out his planes. And the enemy Shokaku pops up. Almost within gun range. Activate speed boost.
Engine boost activated.
Quickly try and burn into range. See if I can attain that 8th kill. Shokaku does take a torp. He's trying to dock me from the front with torpedoes. That's never going to be very successful. See the amazing gun power of the Kitakaze, especially with this reload buff from the Yamamoto's second wind talent. It's just a constant rain of shells, and there's the first time in over 13,000 battles I get the 8th kill. Almost 170,000 damage, Confederate award, Kraken unleashed, and 2700 base XP. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it.